Welcome back to Bets and Regrets. I'm your host, Brogan, joined by.
Sean.
And Nick.
And if you're new here, Bets and Regrets is a weekly sports betting show breaking down sharp picks, bold parlays, and the bad beats we wish we could forget. And here's what we've got this episode. We've, of course, got our regrets from last week, our NFL Week 16 spread picks, our best value underdogs, and the fan favorite dog special. And finally, our locks for this week. Um, Boys, it was a pretty even week, I guess I would say.
Uh,
Everybody went 3-3 for locks, and spread wise, we were all pretty close to even as well. So, not great, not terrible. Kind of just meh.
Yeah, nothing spectacular.
uh,
Another week in the books. It goes
disappointed.
wrong.
Disappointed in my performance, but it's alright. It's alright.
Yeah. Well, why don't we cover those quick? I'll hit mine right away. Rashad White over 16.5 rushing yards is my first lock. He hit that on like the first drive of the game on one rush, and I think he ended with one rush for 20 yards. So that was cool. Baker over 18.5 rushing yards. Sean also had this line. I thought this was maybe my favorite lock of the week last week. He got 1 yard, I think.
Yep.
That sucked. Didn't hit that one. Also, Navy let me down. Took the Navy spread -6. I mean, should have looked at that one. I backed Army earlier this year. I should have backed Army again. I thought Navy was going to steamroll them, but in traditional Army Navy fashion, that game's always a 3-point game. It feels like. So yeah, Navy -6 did not hit. However, Houston took care of business for me at my 9.5. They were easy money against the depleted Cardinals. And then Pittsburgh -3 on Monday night. The Dolphins didn't do a whole lot until Darren Waller went off in the fourth quarter, but Pittsburgh covered that. And then lastly, Giants -2.5. What the fuck happened to the Giants? I also thought that was like a freebie, and the commies said, nah. Anyways, I got 3 shots this week. I'm going back to just the original JD. And yeah, Sean or Nick, I guess we all went 3-3, so
Yeah,
whoever wants to go next.
I can take it. Yeah, I will say it does feel pretty good to finally have a 500 a week in the locks department. I have been struggling for the better half of a month and a half, six
7,
plus weeks. It's just
6, 7
notice
weeks.
how, notice how I do my best to avoid that. But like I've been saying, the tides are starting to shift in my favor. It did have some regrets though this week. Like Brogan alluded to, Baker over 18.5 rushing yards. I also thought that was going to be a smash spot and a really desperate game. I thought he was going to have to get after it, and it looked like he was. The lanes were there, like there were clear lanes for him to run. But whenever it looked like he was going to break out, a big old bear paw from a defensive lineman would just grab him and make an escape nearly impossible. He did get that 1 yard, so kudos to him, I guess. Army Navy over 38.5, and I really it's going to be a system play going forward to just always take the under. I feel like an idiot on this one, but I was buying into the flash of that Navy offense, and it was looking good this year. But yeah, you can never count out a rivalry game to just murk and muddy things up. Next one was Cowboys -5.5. I really thought they were going to be able to take care of business, but you just can't discount 9, I guess, going up against that Giants defense that gave up 450 yards to Russell Wilson. So you can keep that in the back of your mind. Oh, what else did I get? Kyle Pitts over receiving yards hit with plenty of room to spare. He had like a career night, which was incredible. And that's the kind of potential that everyone, myself included, saw out of him 4 or 5 years ago whenever he was drafted, which I hope he gets that right.
So I
That'd be
drafted
cool.
number 1 overall.
Yep, obviously. Looking good now. Well, got you into the championship round. Next one was the last UFC parlay of the year was a money line of Brito, Amasava, and Cape, and that hit pretty convincingly, I guess, with Manel Cape as the headliner, or added the finishing blow with a knockout of Brandon Royval in like a minute some either left or into the first round of that 5-round fight. So that's awesome. Like I said, no more UFC bets until late January, unfortunately, when they shift over to Paramount Plus. So that'll be cool. And then the last leg of the parlay, or my leg of the parlay, hit with the autoplay of Fairbear over 1.5 field goals made. I will say though, I was in a legal betting state over the weekend, doing some Christmas traveling, and I was curious, and I checked on the line the day of the game, and the sharps got this shit down to like minus 180, minus 190 range. So get in on the action early and often with that one because it will go up. So that's all I got. I got 3 shots, and I'm going to Old Smoky Tennessee Moonshine. Bottoms up.
All right. Well, for me, I also went 3-3 last week. My very first bet was Philadelphia minus 11.5. And I don't know, that game, I don't see how the fucking Raiders can keep up with Philadelphia. I know the Philadelphia's having some weird issues. Without Saquon absolutely carrying their offense, Jalen Hurts is showing the world who Jalen Hurts is, and that's just a game manager. And I've been preaching this for a while now that he's just a game manager, and a lot of people outside of the Eagles fan base would agree. So that one just seemed like easy money for me. And then the next one, Chargers 5.5. That was also a banger. Going to Kansas City, RIP Patrick Mahomes. Always hate to see somebody of his caliber go down. Also RIP Micah. It really sucks seeing Mahomes go down with an ACL injury. I know they weren't going to make the playoffs. They were eliminated from playoffs. But obviously this affects next year and potentially the rest of his career. So I hope Mahomes comes back. As much of a Mahomes hater as I am, he's still one of the most talented quarterbacks that we've seen come into the league. And I really hope that he comes back in a healthy and safe recovery. Bills minus 1.5. Bills against New England. 21-0? New England was up 21-0 on the Bills, and the Bills rallied back and won. I've been saying all year, New England's a sleeper pick, and blah blah blah, and obviously they're showing everybody that they can win games. But Josh Allen put on his cape. I said it in the pod last week. I felt it in my balls that Josh Allen was going to put on his cape and be able to do some great things. And that's exactly what he did. And he overcame that 21-point deficit and was able to beat New England. If I bet on New England, Brogan, I'd be pissed right now that they gave up 21 points. I did a little deeper dive into New England's DVOA and EPAs and all that. Because I decided to make my own little spreadsheet calculator, which I'm going to kind of this week a little bit to help me pick the 50-50 balls. Dude, no, I think it's just kind of a fun thing. I have a lot of free time, so I'm like, fuck it. So I built one.
What happened to trusting your balls, dude?
Dude, I still trust my ball. I'm not gonna. The thing's above 50% on picks, so I don't know. I'll refer to it, but I won't live and die by it. I still have to put more data.
Now.
I still have to put more data into it. But then Jordan Love 2+ passing touchdowns. Already alluded to Micah getting injured. The Packers' offense looked great until the third quarter, where it just kind of fucking fell off the rails. I still think Jordan Love played a very good game against the best defense. They're either number 1 or number 2 in the league. I forget which one they are. The Broncos are, but. Jordan Love played a good game. The team just had so many injuries in that game, from Christian Watson to Micah Parsons, and then didn't one of our tackles get injured that game? Or am I fucking tripping balls right now?
Zach Tom?
Yeah, was that the game before?
No, he got banged
This game. And Evan Williams. I don't know if you said that.
Yeah, I didn't say Evan Williams. But yeah, so the Packers got incredibly banged up. Which I'm sure we'll talk about more. Then George Pickens, I wasn't able to actually watch the Cowboys game. Did either of you guys watch the Cowboys game?
No.
Brogan, are we just going to out ourselves as non-ball knowers?
No, I watched a little bit of it. George Pickens just doesn't give a fuck. And a lot of people are talking about it's due to him, Dallas telling him they're going to franchise tag him and not give him a contract is what the rumor mill's saying. I don't know. He's a special talent, but just for some reason cannot score a touchdown these last couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's wild. And then I doubled down on Jordan Love, 2+ passing touchdowns. So I was pretty confident in it, and if we didn't have all those injuries, I'm sure he would have hit it. But everything fell apart in the second half when all those injuries just piled up, and all of a sudden the Packers are kind of a corpse of what they once were. So I'll be taking 3 shots. I'll be doing vodka, and I'll actually be washing it down with a protein shake, which is why I was slightly late to the pod today. So we're actually drinking Ghost protein. It's a Cinnabon Delight one. So it's going to taste really delicious with my Tito's vodka. So
That's delightful.
I know. I can't wait. It's quite festive.
Well, yeah, just recapping last week while Nick's taking his shots. Thursday night, we had an absolute banger of a game. I actually enjoyed it as a football fan. The Falcons and the Buccaneers.
It's a good time.
Man, Buccaneers just, let that game get away. And as Sean pointed out, Kyle Pitts has his career game. I saw a tweet on X. Are they still tweets? What do they call it? Anyways, I didn't verify this, but somebody said that Kyle Pitts had 7% of his career fantasy points on Thursday night. So that was a Kyle Pitts show. And I mean, if you're the Buccaneers, like you have back-to-back home games against divisional rivals, but the Saints and the Falcons, and you lose them both, like, I was high on the Buccaneers, but I mean, they can't.
I mean, aren't they like kind of like the Packers right now, where they just have like injuries upon injuries upon injuries almost everywhere?
They were banged up at the beginning of the season. They started to get some guys back. I mean, Ibuka is getting back. Like they got Mike Evans back. They got that other receiver McMillan back, who from like a back or a spinal injury or some shit. So yeah, I mean they're starting to get healthy. Which Mike Evans also went off, which was awesome to see. They were chucking him jump balls. He look good as new. That rested well for him.
Yeah, but yeah, just a wild game, I guess, that the Buccaneers refused to win a fucking game at home. They got a big one this week against Carolina for the division lead.
That they do.
Next game, Browns in Chicago. Man, I mean, the Browns did not get anything going in this game. The Bears won 31-3. Myles Garrett, I think, is 1 sack away from the record now.
I think he's at 20. I think he's at 21.5 right now.
Right. So I think he just needs 1, right?
Yeah, to tie, and then
right.
Obviously he's just a fucking.
Yeah.
We're watching football greatness with Myles Garrett. Appreciate.
They have Buffalo this week. So it might be a little tough with Josh Allen. I'm not sure on his metrics, but I know he likes to run around, and so we'll see if he can get it done this week against Buffalo. Another game that was a blowout. The Ravens went into Cincinnati and just destroyed the Bengals 24-0. Bengals couldn't get anything going on offense. I mean, Jamar Chase still had 132 yards, but no touchdowns for the Bengals. So pretty rough showing. I guess the Bengals were looking good after getting Burrow back, and then in this game at home, they lay an egg.
Yeah, they actually had an outside chance to win the division if they would have won out, right? They could have made the playoffs if they would have won out.
Yeah, outside chance for
sure.
Outside,
yeah.
Now,
it's
the last few weeks, giving up that game in Buffalo against the Bills, and then losing at home.
Do you just sit Joe? Points. Do you sit Joe Burrow? I would consider sitting Joe Burrow.
I think so. Yeah, there's nothing to play for. He's proved he still has it. You don't want him to hurt something and be out all of next year. But the Bengals don't seem like a great franchise decision making, so they probably won't. Next one, another big divisional game. The Chargers went into Arrowhead, beat the Chiefs 16-13. Biggest story from that game, obviously, is Mahomes tearing his ACL. As Sean alluded to, I think, big week for ACL tears, or maybe it was Nick with Parsons tearing his too.
Yeah.
But sucks to see Mahomes have an injury like that, because not only does that, I mean, the Chiefs were eliminated from playoff contention with this loss, but I mean, he's probably going to miss the start of next year for sure. Does this mean Travis Kelce's done? There's just, I guess, Andy Reid, is he going to keep coaching too? Like, there's just so much uncertainty.
I don't know. I feel like this. If the Chiefs do this right, like the Chiefs are a good org from what I can tell.
Well, they have an extremely talented and young defense, and I mean, they don't have too many big time players that they gotta I guess. So
what if the Chiefs just take next season to kind of tank and then get a higher draft pick, and then the year afterwards They're like, okay, we're
Well,
gonna
they're at
have
6 wins this season. If they essentially just shut it out, to just like pack it in, they're gonna
yeah,
get what, like a top 12 draft
yeah.
pick.
But like, imagine now doing that like back to back seasons. Like this could honestly be like a very
Mahomes is
soft.
going to be coming back though. Like
Yeah, towards the end,
it's not going to be a soft rebuild. No, he'll be back by October at the worst.
I don't, I don't know. I think that you might want to do like a soft
ACL.
rebuild because like
Now,
Mahomes is still in his prime, and like you said, you have a bunch of like solid young players. So like, why not just
yeah,
do
you
like
can
a
get away
soft
with it
rebuild?
for a year, but multiple like consecutive years, like this would have been fine if they didn't make the playoffs. They got a decent draft pick, but you do that consecutive years in a row, and you're not competing. You're losing a lot of that veteran leadership through either retirement, free agency, or other. And I don't know. It's just it's questionable. That's why they get paid to make these decisions, and I don't. I get to just sit here, drink Miller Lights, and talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it all depends on like where people are at with their contracts and whatnot. But I mean, once again, sorry to see Mahomes go down with something like that. That's always the worst. I remember Aaron Rodgers going down several times in his career and me being like, "Well, this fucking sucks." So I could completely sympathize with the
It was
Chiefs
Brett
fans.
Favre. It wouldn't have happened though. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and did you guys see the comparisons between Mahomes and
Carson
Brady?
Wentz. Oh,
No,
that too.
I
No,
think
like
like they both
uh,
tore it like at
yeah,
age 29 or 30, whatever how old
coming
he
off
is.
of a Super Bowl loss. Yeah.
Right, and then they both have 3 Super Bowls at this time, I think. Um, yeah,
That's
so
wild.
Yeah.
like
So
That's
it
plenty
was
of
actually pretty crazy.
plenty of life ahead of him, but Mahomes has alluded multiple times that he could just retire early and not put his body through the just grind of an NFL athlete. But
yeah.
Yeah.
no,
I mean,
what I was talking about was
Mahomes
the
doesn't. Sorry, you go.
no, you go.
I was gonna say Mahomes doesn't really have anything to play for. He's already a future Hall. If he retired today, he's a future Hall of Famer without a doubt, and he's a top 5 quarterback of all time. You know,
Right.
like he doesn't really have anything. If he wants to go for number one, then sure, but that's gonna be really tough to catch up to Aaron Rodgers at number one. So I don't know.
Yep.
It's gonna be near impossible.
The Mahomes injury comp, though, from what I've been listening and reading about, was the essentially 2017, 2018 season of Carson Wentz when he tore his ACL, and there was a lot of other ligament damage. So that could be questionable. That could either there's a lot of different things about his full range of motion on that, how elusive he could be when he rolls out of the pocket. I still have yet to, I've been trying and actively trying to search for this video, and I haven't been able to see too many different camera angles on what exactly happened. All I saw was him rolling out of the pocket, fading away, kind of throwing it, and then like a defensive player crashing in on him. And I assume it just landed or planted weird, but yeah, you just hate to see it.
Yep. Moving on to what you hate to see, the Patriots just giving up that game to Buffalo. Patriots are up
I don't know
24 to
if I hate
7
to
at
see it.
halftime, and then the Patriots just couldn't stop a nosebleed. The Bills did whatever they wanted. Patriots' only touchdown in the fourth quarter was a long run by Travion Henderson. Um, Man, I mean, this was a game I was pumped up about. I was on an island here against you guys on the spread pick. Everything was looking great, and then Josh Allen turns into Superman, and the Patriots forgot how to play football. Um, so yeah, what a collapse by the Patriots. Hate to see it.
I think I was looking at their stats. Their DVOA is like minus like 1.5%, which I think 0% is like league average. So they're just slightly better defense than the league average, which isn't great. But the Patriots offense is awesome. Like it's like one of the best in the league. But yeah, the thing like looking into like the deeper analytics of it all is their defense is probably what's going to do them in at the end of the day. And we just saw a glimpse of that this past week. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was
Much
waiting for
on
somebody
that one.
else to pick it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the Patriots and Broncos are going to be some of the teams that I look to fade in the playoffs going
Yeah.
forward as they kind of progress. But it's too soon now. They have other teams that still able to beat in the playoffs or in the upcoming weeks, and even like the first round of the playoffs. So whoever doesn't get that one seed. So we'll see.
It's gonna be a fun couple. Like this playoffs for the AFC is gonna be. I mean, both AFC and NFC are gonna be really fun. The NFC is gonna be a
It's going to be an
bloodbath.
absolute gauntlet. I mean,
The,
both
I
of them are going to be down the stretch. It's going to be these are some really top heavy teams. It's exciting.
the NFC is obviously like way more top heavy than the AFC right now. It feels like the NFC like world beaters, like the Rams and then the Seahawks. Essentially, everybody in the NFC West minus the Cardinals are just like fucking
Yeah,
loaded to the teeth, ready to win a Super Bowl this year. So I feel like
yeah.
whoever comes out of
They're
the
getting
NFC is
three.
gonna win.
They're getting three. NFC West is getting three playoff qualifiers. So
That's wild.
it's gonna be the NFC North and whoever that wild card is. Hopefully it's us, or we win the whole thing from the NFC North. We'll see.
If we beat the Bears, I'll talk about that
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that coming up.
Yeah.
Thank you. A few games that happened that don't really have anything too exciting to talk about, I don't think. Commanders Giants. Commanders went into MetLife and beat
Boo.
them.
Boo.
Didn't see that happening at all as I locked the Giants spread.
I will
But I
say
mean,
my 10-second tirade on that was it was a close, manageable game for the Giants. And Jackson Dart on the goal line, it was first and goal on the goal line, and you take him out of the fucking game to go back into the blue 10. And it wasn't even an on the field ref that did that. It was somebody up above. It's like, oh, it looked like he had some soft contact. Then he came in on fourth and goal from the fucking like 4, just trying to make a miracle happen. I was so pissed watching that game. It was not enjoyable.
yeah, I mean, I get it though from a Giants standpoint. You're battling for the first overall pick. You don't want to win that game, so. But yeah, sucks. Another game that sucked. The Eagles just routed the Raiders. The Raiders are the Raiders this year. That game, I think I saw got done in like under 2.5 hours or something. Just a crazy quick game. I mean, not that I mean the Raiders didn't do anything to prolong it, but just wild how fast that game got done.
What a ground and pound action.
Right. A couple more routes here. The Jags giving it to the Jets.
You bet.
Yep, pretty much to be expected, I think. And then yeah, the Texans beating the Cardinals. Kind of played out exactly how I thought it was. I think the line was 9.5. I said as long as the Texans can get to 30, they'd be fine because there's no way the Cardinals are scoring more than 20, and the Cardinals scored 20.
Yeah.
All right, and then a few games here that I think are going to have a little bit of talk about them. First up, Packers Broncos. We already kind of touched on it. Nick did with the injuries to the pack, but I mean Packers were in control. Well, I wouldn't say control, but they were leading this game. I think 24-14, and then everything, or 23-14, and then everything just unraveled in the halfway through the third quarter.
It was a very entertaining game, back and forth quality. Like, I mean, we would respond, we'd get up a little bit, they would respond, they eventually got up, but the air got sucked, or the life got sucked out of the team once Parsons. Even before that, like once Watson went down, and then we're like, all right, we can still manage. We've crossed this road before, and then Parsons went down, the lifeblood of our team, and I'm like, I was just sitting at a bar. I got to quit going to this fucking bar because I keep losing. every
Was it
time
the
we
fucking
got-
pool bar?
Yeah, it was the Rock.
Stop going to the fucking pool bar. Fuck you.
I was so sad. I was just up at the bar. I just wasn't talking to anybody. I just was like,
That's very reminiscent of some other time that you and
I literally, yeah. Like you and I were there for that Niners NFC divisional game, and we just stayed there for 30 minutes. I was just sad. I left before the game was over. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Our season's fucking done.
I wouldn't say our season's
Our
done.
season's fucking cooked. Like
I-
we're gonna make the playoffs, and I hope we go very far in the playoffs because fuck Dallas. We're not. I don't want to give them a high pick. And yeah, no, we're gonna make the playoffs. I do firmly believe that. But our ability to compete for a championship has diminished.
Yeah, I would say like if let's just say we had like I don't know a 20. Let's just arbitrarily let's just say we had a
Unlike
20%.
Bears fans who are just happy to be in the fucking playoffs, Packer fans have had astronomically bigger expectations from the conception of this franchise. It's very like great, make the playoffs, get boat race. Who gives a shit? Lose in any excruciating fashion. We've been there time and time again. I don't care. If we're not making the NFC Championship at this point, with one of the Myles Garrett's the best defensive player in the NFL. But if Parsons is at least Myles Garrett's number one for the defensive line, it's probably Parsons is 2 or 3. And then after that, the closest Packer we have is maybe Gary at like 30
Gary's
something.
fucking bum.
Maybe like the 30 something best defensive lineman in the NFL or hopefully NFC. Like, I don't. And with the loss of Devontae Wyatt and no Kenny Clark because we traded him obviously to acquire Garrett or not Garrett. I wish we had Garrett. Parsons. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see us getting any better anytime soon. And as it was very apparent in the second half when that defense came alive, especially after they were just running the ball, they could do whatever they wanted. It's not great.
Yeah, I would say like if our chances with Parson and everybody else was like 20% to win a Super Bowl, now it's down to like 5%. Like it's not looking great with all of our injuries. This one might just be like, okay, we make the playoffs. Hopefully don't go one and done. I hope we at least win one. But I don't know. I think with Jordan Love and if our offense can produce, I think we can keep up with a lot of teams. But then once you get to like the real top heavy powerhouses in the NFC, once you play the Rams, Seahawks, essentially those two are the teams I'm scared of the most, and then the Niners, fuck the Niners. I don't know. It feels like we can beat somebody in the wild card round, but then after that it's like, okay, now what are we made of?
If we draw an NFC South team, maybe.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough. It sucks, but that's just the way the league goes. Everybody has injuries, and you just have to find a way to overcome them. And
everybody
sucks.
has injuries, but the amount that the Packers have between losing Kraft, between losing Parsons, like
Yeah.
you can get by. Everybody's saying, "Oh, we lost this amount of players, we lost X amount of starters in our 2011 Super Bowl or 2010-2011 Super Bowl run." Yeah, we lost a starting running back, Nick Barnett, Charles Woodson in the Super Bowl, and a bunch of other guys that were role players essentially. It's like you can't lose this amount of star power, that portion or that percentage of your offensive and defensive studs and expect to compete. It's just done. Like
Yeah.
it's bleak.
I don't know. It all comes down to our offense now. If our offense can put up some fucking what happened? Is Christian Watson dead? What is he? I didn't see
he's possibly going to play on Saturday.
Okay, so he's fine. Honestly, it comes down to our offense. If Matt LaFleur can start fucking, literally putting boot to ass, we have a shot at winning a playoff game. If our offense doesn't catch fire and our offense is stagnant, we're cooked. Our defense is not going to be able to withstand everything in the playoffs, but yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, bummer of a game. Moving on to an exciting game, Detroit Lions versus the Los Angeles Rams. I don't know if you guys watched that one, but that was
also had that one at the bar, and that was fucking sick.
That was a banger.
Yep.
41-34, Rams ended up winning. Yeah, I mean, big day for Nakua. Puka, I think, had like 180 yards or something.
Yep. Not nearly as good as JMO.
Yeah, I mean,
I was convinced in the fantasy.
Yeah, JMO's came on hot, 164-2. You're welcome, Sean, for giving them to you earlier this year.
Yeah, no problem for Tyler Smallhands Warren. Bites in the ass, don't worry.
Oh, I think I said JMO was 164-2. That was actually Amon Ra. JMO was only 134-1. So
mild.
Fucking dog shit player.
Right, exactly. But yeah, I mean, good win for the Rams. Lions season's kind of on life support. They need to win out, I think. They got the Bears.
I'd rather they make it than the Bears.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Out of pure hatred, I would rather have the Lions make it, but like it's really tough to beat like the same team 3 times in 1 year. Like if the Packers happen to play the Lions, this is I don't know. I don't know if we can beat them a 3rd time.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to have to.
Yeah, I guess.
Divisional games are a bitch, which is what the Panthers found out down in New Orleans.
Hey.
The Saints, Tyler Shuck.
Dude, Shuck is the fucking man. This is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to win the NFC South. Panthers and Buccaneers refuse to win, and I guess they could tie this week. I don't know who's going to win that game. Stay tuned.
That in the notes of the rundown earlier after the Bucs got beat. I was like, oh, Panthers take control of the NFC South. That gets interesting. Nope, not the case.
Nope. Yeah. Niners took care of the Titans. Brock Purdy looked pretty decent for them. I think Ricky Pearsall got hurt for the Niners though, so Niners wide receiver depth's looking pretty weak. I
Is
think.
Jawan Jennings alive again?
Something tells me they'll be
I
fine.
I hope so. I picked him up on the waiver wire, so fantasy purposes, I hope he is. Talking about being alive though, old Grandpa Philip Rivers
Hey, these
almost
Can't believe I
took
didn't
down the
put that.
Seahawks at home. Now
Dude, that's crazy.
there was
Yeah,
two
fuck you,
people on
Sean.
this pod that were all on old man Rivers keeping this game close, and there
Fuck
was
you,
one
Sean.
guy that
I was
said,
concerned for his
"No
health. He's fucking
way!"
Fuck you, Sean.
45.
Fuck you,
He's a
Sean.
grandpa.
Fuck you,
He's a
buddy.
literal
Yeah.
grandpa.
I mean, Colts almost won that. Did the Seahawks even score a touchdown in this game?
No, they kicked 5 to 6 extra field goals. It was
Yeah.
the insane. Like that game was nuts down the stretch because thankfully the bar did have red zone and they were showing that. And yeah, Philip Rivers marched him right down, and dadgummit, he did it. He took the lead. He took the lead with like under a minute left.
Yeah.
But then,
60-yard
I mean,
field goal from Blake Grupe, and then
Yeah. Then Sam Darnold just had like 4 plays in under
Oh.
a minute with 0 timeouts, and what was it, like a 50-some yarder? That
56.
for the
Yeah.
win?
Jason Myers banged her in.
I mean, it was
So-
a hell of a game down the stretch. It was great.
Dude, these
Yep.
old guys are still running the league.
Yeah. Good news is we get to see more of Old Man Rivers on Monday night. I believe they said
Mm-hmm.
Colts said he would still be the starter.
Between him and Richardson, I would hope so.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
We touched on the Sunday night game a little bit between the Vikings and Cowboys. Vikings and 9 got it done.
Nuts.
Yeah,
I
34 to
don't
26.
I don't understand 9.
I don't understand, but that defense also gave up 450 yards to Russell Wilson, so I get it.
And then on Monday night, Aaron Rodgers, the
The goat.
Steelers, took care of the Dolphins at
Rodgers,
home.
let's get it, baby.
Yeah. Rodgers had 2 touchdowns, and it was too much for Tua and the Dolphins. Tua's getting benched for Quinn Ewers.
Well, that one was a
And-
Tua wetsuit game. I mean, you could see that coming from a mile away.
Yeah, Darren Waller went crazy in the fourth quarter of this game. He had like 6 catches or something and 2 touchdowns. So, yeah, I don't know. The score was 28-15, but the Pittsburgh Steelers were in control of this game the entire way.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah, and I guess that's week 15. Maybe I don't know. Did we miss anything?
No, I think we
I
got.
think so.
I think we got everything.
All right. Well, and then we briefly touched on it in last week's pod about Sharon Moore getting let go from Michigan. A few new things, I guess, kind of came out. I don't know. Do we want to spend too much time on it, or should we just spend time on the college football playoffs games happening?
Shit, I didn't even think about that one. Essentially, I thought it was going to be a home invasion thing where it was just chill and like the wife changed the locks on him, but it was not. He broke into the house of the woman that he impregnated and gave a bunch of money to, and had a knife to her neck, saying, "I'm gonna kill you and I'm gonna kill me."
Well,
and then was
Not just sorry, I just blew it. Not just a knife, but a butter knife is what I
Yeah.
heard, allegedly.
Yeah, not great. And then he was detained in a church, and it was like a whole. It's like a modern day OJ's thing. It is nuts. Yeah, not
yeah,
great.
I saw
College
it.
football playoffs coming up. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
paparazzi got a snap of him this week, I believe, and his wife was still with him, and he was pushing his kid in a stroller. So maybe things aren't all bad for old Sharon
Wife's all
Moore.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, college football playoff starts this week. Friday is the first game. We got Alabama at Oklahoma at 7:00. That should be a banger of a game. Oklahoma went into Bryant-Denny Stadium and beat Alabama. That's Alabama Stadium. 23-21, I think, earlier this year. So that's a revenge game. This time it's in Norman, Oklahoma. That's the game that kicks off the college football playoffs. That's the 8-9 game. And then Saturday, we got 3 college football playoff games. The 10th seed, Miami, goes to Texas A&M to take on the Aggies. That game's at 11 Central Time. And then 11 seed Tulane, group of 5 team, head down to Ole Miss. Ole Miss is the 6th seed, and they don't have their coach who got them to this point. Yeah, he's moved on. So interesting to see if Ole Miss can cover the 17.5 line in that game. And then the nightcap, James Madison, JMU, back in the college football playoffs, going against Oregon, the Ducks. Yeah, and Oregon's favored by 21 in that game. So pretty high lines. The group of 5 teams are being disrespected by the odds makers. And yeah, I guess exciting time in the college football world getting these playoffs started this weekend.
Yep.
All right, we don't need to touch on that anymore, though. We can move on to Week 16 of the NFL season. You ready, boys?
Yeah.
All right. Well, no better way to kick it off than Thursday night, an absolute banger game of the regular season potentially. Los Angeles Rams head into Seattle to take on the Seahawks. This game is potentially for the division. Um, there is more season left, obviously, 2 weeks left after this one. But they don't play each other. This is the last time they play each other. They played each other earlier in the year, and the Rams beat Seattle at home 21-19. In this one, though, Seattle's the home team, and they're favored by 1.5 points. I'll kick us off since I went 9-7.
Go for
Oh,
it.
I guess I totally forgot the intro from last week. God damn, I'm a terrible host. I went 9-7 last week. Sean went 8-8, and Nick went 6-10. So overall, the spread race is tight. Nick's still our leader at 112, 109, and 3, and Sean and I are both 111, 110, and 3. So one game separates 3 of us, and whoever gets last, even if it's all 3 of us, we'll be doing a punishment at the end of the NFL season. And our squad rides did take a hit. We went 4-6 in squad rides last week, I believe. So we are 56, 58, and 2. So our squad rides are negative heading into
Disgusting.
Week 16. Anyways,
Unfortunate.
back to this game that I was so excited about that I already hopped into it without that little prelude. Yeah, Rams at Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 1.5 at home. This should be a great game, and I don't know who to pick. I followed my laurels, if that's the right term. I went away from it last week. If it's a divisional game on Thursday night, you take the dog. Who's the dog in this game? The Rams. So I'll take the Rams plus 1.5.
I'll go because I went 500. Not good, not great, not bad, I guess. But yeah, I was torn between this game, but I did find out a little bit of the research that I did this week. I just did not handicap these games well enough. So if I struggle this week, it's going to be, or if I struggle, it's just going to not be ideal. Anyway, Seahawks are missing their starting left tackle, and that's just going to be huge for a team that gets after the quarterback in the Rams. Sam Darnold, I did find out, against the Rams in his 3 starts, has thrown 9 picks, and granted, 2 of them were against when he was with Minnesota, but he still had a 4-pick outburst last time, so that could be still fresh in his mind. The weather doesn't look ideal. It's going to be raining all day, classic Seattle fashion. It's going to stop probably around 5, 6 o'clock. So could be a little slick out on the turf. The ball's going to be wet. Might not be able to throw the rock around as much as you like. Give me the Rams here in a grinded out game.
Yeah, so this one's a really tough game. I think I'm going to be the only one zagging here. Well, I am going to be the only one zagging here. We're going to go with Seattle here. This one was essentially a toss-up for me. This one's going to be really tough, really fun game to watch. But according to my spreadsheet with numbers and calculations and advanced metrics, I'm going to kind of live and die by the spreadsheet this week and see how it goes. Hopefully we live instead of dying. And my spreadsheet's telling me Seattle's going to eke this one out with an okay amount of confidence in it. So we're going to go Seattle here and, see what happens.
Sweet. We get to test that spreadsheet out right away on Thursday night.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Moving on to another divisional matchup. We got a lot of divisional games this week. Heading out to Washington, the Commanders are hosting the Eagles. Eagles are 6.5-point road favorites. And this one might be pretty easy for all of us, I would guess. I'm going Eagles here. No way I'm taking the Commies under a touchdown.
Yeah,
So,
I'm also taking Commies. Or I'm taking Eagles, sorry. I'm taking
What?
Eagles.
All
I'm
right.
taking Eagles. I'm taking Eagles.
We'll put it down.
You can just change it for you.
Taking Eagles. Just
Yeah,
keeping it short and
I'm
sweet.
also taking the Eagles. The Commanders look dreadful against that Giants team and still won, but I think that's more telling of the Giants than anything. And I liked what I saw against the Eagles versus the Raiders. But again, could just be lack of Raiders trust. Give me the Eagles.
All right, and then I forgot to mention this game's on Saturday. Eagles Commanders. It's the afternoon game. The night game on Saturday is Packers heading to Chicago to take on the Bears, and the Bears are home 1.5 point favorites. This is a tough game, I feel like, for all of us. But I'm going to take the Bears minus 1.5. I thought the Bears looked good in Lambeau against us. That was a grinded out game. Packers obviously got that one done, but I feel like the Packers got punched in the gut last week. You have a game that you're in control of, or maybe not in control of, but you're leading, you're feeling good about, and then all the injuries that stack up. I don't know how good our defense is without Parsons. I think Parsons has made our secondary. Well, gee, I'm saying our, like I'm on the team. Parsons has made the Packers secondary
Could be.
look better than they are because he's always causing chaos. So without him there, I'm a little nervous that Crying Caleb, as Nick likes to call him, might
Hey.
dice us up. So yeah, anyways, Bears minus 1.5 for me.
Yeah, I'll take this one right away. So I really thought I was going to pick up a game on you fuckers, but and Nick, I'm very surprised I'm not picking up a game on you.
I
So
know.
when I watched the game last 2 weeks ago, and the biggest thing that was surprising was Rashawn Gary looked like he was running in fucking sand when he was trying to do anything athletic against Caleb Williams. Micah Parsons was the only one on the defense that was able to get to the edge way faster than anyone else on our team to even just cause Caleb Williams to throw on the run out of bounds, do whatever necessary to not take a sack. And without him, I mean, Lucas Van Ness could be. Sure, he could be healthy. Maybe that's a big stretch. It's a big if, and he could be 100%. Another big if, and just maybe force him to throw some incompletes. Nobody's going to be able to. Caleb Williams rushing prop. Honestly, I'm just kind of talking it through myself right now. Could be a fucking play here, which I might. I don't know if that's a lock, but that's something to think about going forward. Give me the Bears here. I hate to say it. It pains me to say it. And Nick, I'm more concerned about you battling Chicago trolls on X.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you guys are saying, Crying Caleb put up like his worst fucking stat line ever against the Packers, in the first half of the fucking last time we played, right? A couple weeks ago. And we still almost lost. And now we're going to be down in Chicago against the Bears with so many more crucial and critical injuries. It's just like, I don't know. Everything's just smelling like the Packers going to lose this one. As much as I hate to say it, it just doesn't. It just doesn't spell good. If the Packers win this game, I'm gonna be pretty hopeful for the rest of the season, right? I'm not gonna be all fucking doom and rainy clouds and all this other shit. So this is kind of like a prove it game to the Packers to show that they're still capable of doing something. Until I see them doing something this game, I just don't have enough confidence in the Packers to be able to bet them this week. So this is my first week that I will be betting against the Packers, and it just so happens to be against the Bears.
I'm gonna be in the great state of Michigan this weekend for another family Christmas, and I'll be doing an emotional hedge. I'll be rooting for the Pack, but if the Bears win, then I won't be out that upset. Or tie, kick a field goal, whatever. And by one,
Yeah,
get it done.
I mean, it's going to be, I think, a fun game to watch. I'm just a little nervous on, I mean, just the emotional letdown. I'm excited to see how the Green Bay Packers are going to look after last week. Moving on to an interesting game, I would say. Buffalo, after that big win up in New England, taking on the Browns in Cleveland. Um, Bills are 10-point road favorites, and that's a pretty big line. Um, However, it's not too big for me. I will take the Bills minus 10 here. Buffalo's only one game back behind New England, so every game matters for Buffalo. They got the Eagles next week, so that's a tough one. It might be a look ahead spot for them having the Eagles at home next week, but I mean, Crying Caleb and the Bears just destroyed the Browns. So you're telling me Josh Allen and the Bills can't do the same? That's my logic. Give me Buffalo.
Nick, I'll let you take this one.
Yeah, so I think the Browns just had a fucking shit week last week. The Bears have a pretty solid defense. Buffalo doesn't. And Shador just looked like a fucking bum last week. I'm finding out that most of Shador's touchdown passes are, a lot of yak involved, unfortunately. But this is another one of those where it's 10 points in favor of the Browns, and my model is saying that it is a big fan of those 10 points in favor of the Browns at home. So I'm going to trust my model here. Otherwise, I would have gone with the Bills. But once again, I'm putting my faith in this model and hoping it works out. And I hope I don't cry myself to sleep this weekend. So give me the Browns.
Now, this one isn't fact checked, but would you rather have in their first 3 career starts quarterback A, who's got about 550 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks, about a 72.5 passer rating, or quarterback B, 720 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 picks, and about a 93% passer rating? Who would we rather have here?
QBA.
Is there a quarterback C?
No.
Give me A.
The first
I
one
also want A.
would be Tom Brady.
Yep, I knew it.
The second one would be Shador Sanders. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think quarterback B has outperformed quarterback A in his first 3 career starts in the NFL.
Shut up.
And I think long term, that's probably going to happen.
It's gonna. He's gonna
I think
sustain
Shador's
him.
probably going to outperform. Obviously, Shador's going to outperform Tom Brady over the course of his career, or a sample size of a nitpicked 16-game season. But at this time, this game does scream backdoor. In all seriousness, this game does scream backdoor. I was trying to find that. I saw that when I was doing something earlier today, and I was like, I need to bring this up. Then I was looking and people are like, you didn't even get these stats correct. Tom Brady did not have 500-some passing yards. But that's neither here nor there. I just thought it fit the narrative, so I'd say it. But I think Shador's backdoor covers this. 10 points is a lot. I do think that the Bills win this game. But I'll be keeping an eye on this one, mostly because, as you guys alluded to earlier, Myles Garrett can break the all-time single-season sack record this game in 15 games of football. So you don't get the old heads here, oh, it's a 17-game season. Look what fucking Strahan and Gastineau did back in the day. Fuck you, die. The Browns, the Browns defense is just going to be so juiced, so jacked up. I think that they're gonna be fine. I think that Shador might have enough in the tank to backdoor this shit. At least keep it respectable. I do think that the Bills do win this game, though. But give me the Browns.
All right. I love being on an island. Next game is a slightly interesting one to me. Chargers heading to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And the Cowboys at 6-7-1 after getting beat on Sunday night by 9 in the Vikings are home 2.5-point favorites against the Los Angeles Chargers, who are 10-4. This is a line that just this is the line that just stinks, isn't it? Or am I the only one that thinks this line stinks?
There's a couple lines that stink. Packers being one of them.
Yeah, so I'm taking the Chargers plus 2.5 in this one because I don't get the line. Which normally when I don't get the line, I feel like I should bet the favorite or bet the side that doesn't make sense. But I don't know. I mean, I know Dak Prescott has looked semi-elite this year throwing the ball. Has almost 4,000 passing yards. But, I mean, I don't know. Why are the Cowboys favored by 2.5? I don't know what to say, but I'm just going to take the Chargers plus 2.5.
Well, I'll tell you why. They play better at home. Dallas at home. Don't overthink it too much. Back in the get right spot. Charger fans don't exist. They're holograms. They're not real. or they're plants. So yeah, it's going to be all Dallas fans. That place is going to be rocking. Give me the boys.
Yeah, so this one's a weird one. I'm also gonna be going with the boys. I've been kind of praising Dak Prescott for a little bit now, where I think he's criminally underrated. A lot of people just dislike him because he's a cowboy. I think he's a very, very good quarterback, and a lot of people look down upon him because of that star on his helmet. I think he's going to be able to do good things this game and show them why he is an upper echelon quarterback. And he's going to put a little bit of a damper to the Chargers season. So give me the boys, baby.
All right, back-to-back Island games for yours truly. I love that. Speaking of games I don't love, the Vikings, as we just talked about, in 9, heading to New York to take on the Giants. The Vikings are road 3-point favorites. Uh, First off, I just want to point out there are 6 games this week that are 3-point spreads. Could be a decent push week, potentially. High likelihood. However, in this game, there will be no push. The Vikings might win by 30. 9, Sean was talking about Shador Sanders being better than Tom Brady. What 9 did to the Cowboys last week wasn't that impressive, but he might be better than Tom Brady. Give me the Vikings -3 on the road.
Yeah, this one. I was just looking at my notes earlier, and it was just a. I could make the case for the Giants. I could make the case for the Vikings. I hate what I saw from the Giants last week. This team is the epitome of quit right now. I mean, it's obvious what they're trying to do. The league is trying to make it. They're trying to take out Jackson Dart. Oh, he had a faux head hit. Get him out of the game. We'll take a little couple points off the board, maybe 3, maybe 7. They're going to get the number 1 pick. Maybe not, probably number 2 because they're going to fuck it up somehow. But just give me JJ McCarthy and the boys. I don't understand why. Just they're going to win.
Yeah, so I'm also going to go with JJ. Minnesota's defense is just solid as fuck. I don't see them pissing this game away to the Giants, who are, like Sean said, it doesn't feel like they really want to win that bad. So I don't think they're going to really win. Um, JJ's trying to go out there and prove to everybody that he's not the fucking worst player we've ever seen in the league. He has something to play for, while the rest of the team, you know, well, the Giants really aren't playing for anything. So I'll take the Vikings here.
All right, squad ride on the Vikings. Yeah, so we were 4-6 on squad rides last week, and I believe we already have 3 of them this week. Moving on to a huge divisional game. It's been touted a few times this pod already. The Buccaneers heading to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Who wants to win this game? Probably neither of them. The tie might be in play here. The Buccaneers are 3-point road favorites. I was kind of surprised to see that line personally. I thought
Tua?
maybe. Sure. Uh, but yeah, the Buccaneers -3 on the road. I'm gonna take the Buccaneers because I just feel like they have to win a game at some point with how much star power they have on offense. I know Baker's a little bit banged up, but I mean they got Bucky Irving back, Mike Evans is back, Emeka Ibuka is apparently still on the team, so I don't know. Buccaneers -3.
Sound like
Yeah,
really confident.
I share that same sentiment there, Brogan. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't I want to take part of me wants to take the Bucks and buy into the narrative of the Panthers just win on the road and are like scrappy. But I mean they beat the Rams at home, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm gonna just give the edge to the home team or the road. I don't fucking know. Give me the Bucks, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm also pretty flustered.
I don't believe
I love it.
I don't believe the Bucks actually. Nobody wants to win. So it's gonna
They
stay
win by a
muddled
field goal.
until the very end.
Win by a field goal.
I'm gonna take Carolina. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna zag here. I don't know. Nobody wants to win that division.
All right. Well, talking about another game that maybe nobody wants to win. Kansas City Chiefs heading to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Chiefs without their fearless leader Patrick Mahomes. Uh, Chiefs are still 3-point favorites on the road. Again, like I don't know what to expect from the Chiefs this week. However, I feel like Andy Reid can make any quarterback serviceable in his offense. I don't expect, greatness, but can't take the Titans. So, I mean, I don't love it, obviously, with Pat Mahomes being out, but I still think the Chiefs have enough talent to get it done. I'll take the Chiefs -3 on the road.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one either. That's where it gets a little foggy down the stretch. I see a path for some. I don't see a path for all of it, but I think that it's a win one for the Gipper here, where yeah, like the Chiefs probably get it done. I believe in Gardner Minshew, and fuck it, give me the Chiefs here. It's more of a lack of trust in Cam Ward.
Yeah. So this one's gonna be another one where I zag. I don't know. I like Minshew. I think Minshew's a great guy. I really like his swagger and everything he's got going on for him. Love the mustache. As a fellow mustache man myself, I gotta appreciate a mustache when I see one. But I don't know. That +3 for the Titans seems pretty delightful. And that's about it. My model says this is a 50-50 pick'em game. With Patrick Mahomes being the quarterback, which is very concerning for my model. So I'm going to go with the Titans here.
All right. Well, a game that maybe nobody cares about. The Bengals heading down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Quinn Ewers getting his start for the Dolphins down there. Yeah, quarterbacks, rookie, don't like it. Dolphins, don't like them. Give me Cincinnati, even after that putrid performance last week. -3.5 down in Miami.
Yeah, I mean they're not shutting down Burrow. I refuse to believe that. I don't know why, but like somebody said earlier, the Bengals don't make good decisions, and hopefully he doesn't get hurt. And I'm just gonna go with that newer stat of the first the ATS numbers of quarterbacks making their first start in general. Rookie quarterbacks making their first start in general. So give me the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm also going with the Bengals. Don't like a rookie quarterback starting. Joe Burrow's just better, and 3.5 is not enough to sway me. So give me the Bengals.
All right, another banger game down in New Orleans. We got the Jets heading down and taking on the Saints. The Saints are home 4.5-point favorites. Fade the Jets. Tyler Shuck looks like a potential MVP candidate next year. I'll take the Saints -4.5.
You say so, buddy. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't believe in this fucking Jets team. This Jets team is terrible. The Saints have been showing some signs of life in the last week, and I think they beat this bad Jets team. All I got.
Yeah, -4.5 is not enough to sway me here. Like if it was like -6.5, I'll be like, okay, maybe, but like 4.5 is like
-40.5. What would you say at -40.5? Tyler Shuck boy. Even then, right? It's pushing it, questionable.
Nah. If they had in maybe Rattler, I would consider that. But like with Shuck
Rattler, obviously, dude.
yeah. So yeah, I'm also gonna go with Nollins here. The Jets are a dumpster fire. They're dog shit. But if you look at one fun stat I saw, counting stats wise, Justin Fields is better than Crying Caleb counting stats wise, which is just hilarious to me.
Sounds all right for you.
So.
All right.
Baby.
Well, yeah, let's move on to the next one. Jacksonville heading to Denver to take on the Broncos. The Broncos are home 3-point favorites. Sees a little light after what they did to the Super Bowl contending Green Bay Packers last week. Haha. All right, yeah. So
We're a
I
Super Bowl contender.
right. I should have said were. I'm gonna take the Broncos here -3. I will not be jagging off. I'm a jagging off hater. Um, I did it last week because I needed to, but give me the Broncos at home. Mile High is different.
Yeah, I think that this is a time zone change for sure for the Jags, and I don't think they're going to be as focused with the Colts on deck next week. Give me the Broncos here. Only one of the few times they're going against my Jags.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go with the Broncos here. I mean, I don't think Bo Nix is gonna have another great game like he did against the Packers. It's but the Denver's defense is just too fucking good. I mean, they're number one or number two. I forget which one they are, but they're up there. They're gonna bottle fucking Trevor Lawrence and whatever voodoo magic he's had going on the past couple of weeks. Or last week, how many fucking touchdowns did he throw for last week? Like fucking four? Like he had like five
Lawrence
total.
T. Law, yeah, he's
Yeah,
fucking back, dude.
yeah, no, that ain't
Leave
happening
him
again.
going. We got him going.
Yeah, that ain't happening again. Denver's gonna ball him up, and
We're
he's
gonna
gonna
catch fire.
return back to you. Yeah, I doubt it. So give me Denver
It
here.
is now.
All right. Squad ride on Denver. We have a lot of squad rides, 3 in a row there. So that's fun. Maybe another one here potentially. I don't know. The Falcons heading out to Arizona to take on the Cardinals and Jacoby Brissett. The Falcons are favored by 3 points on the road after getting that win in Tampa Bay last week. Listen, I'm gonna go with the better quarterback in this matchup, and that's Jacoby Brissett. I ain't trusting Kirk Cousins. Should have trusted him last week, didn't. I'm gonna get burned by Kirk Cousins again. I'm going with Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals +3 at home.
I do like that, Kirk Cousins. I do like that. You took me long enough, but I do like that. I get it. You're Sam Bradford. You're a swindler. You steal money from organizations. That's fine. You do you, dog. Get paid. Get that shmoney. And the Falcons, again, they're coming off a high of high, beating a division rival on the road last week. They're just trying to play spoiler. Falcons don't have anything to play for, so they're still going to be they're going to be just going for it. And the Falcons are seemingly only good in a dome team or as a dome team, excluding last week. And I think that's where their star players, i.e., like Bijan Robinson and hopefully Kyle Pitts again, shine. And I think they get it done here.
Yeah, I can't really add anything else onto what these guys have already said, but I like Atlanta here. It's a little bit spooky to like Atlanta here. I'm not fully confident in it,
Not worried.
but I'm more confident in Atlanta than I am with fucking the Cardinals. So we're gonna be rocking out with Atlanta this week, baby.
All right, moving on to the next one. The Steelers heading to Detroit to take on the Lions. Man, this line's 7 points for the Lions at home. This one's a tough one for me. I'm honestly heat and hawed this entire podcast about which way to go here. Um, I had Pittsburgh down. I was thinking about changing back to Detroit, but I'm not a little bitch. I'm gonna stick with the Steelers. I feel like I don't love it, but Aaron Rodgers has had some magic up in Detroit before. The Lions defense can't really stop a nosebleed at this point. They've just been giving up almost 30 plus points every week the last 4 weeks. Yeah, I don't know. Give me Pittsburgh. Hopefully TJ Watt's back. I don't know if he's going to be, but I'll take the Pittsburgh +7 on the road.
Yeah, I get that. I was debating that all week, and my only pause when I was doing this was that Rodgers could be coming into Detroit to end the Lions season like he has many times, many years prior. But I do think the Lions team is more desperate. Obviously, the Steelers have that thin line of like very marginal divisional advantage against the Ravens at the moment. But yeah, I think that Tomlin only needs one more game to keep his winning streak going. I don't think he gets it this week. I think the Lions show out. Give me the Lions here.
I know Rodgers had some voodoo magic up his ass the past couple of weeks, which, shout out Aaron Rodgers. Love to see him. Like, what, the past, like, he's like at 70% completion percentage with, like, fucking, I don't even know, like 4 touchdowns the past couple of weeks, I think is what it is. which is just crazy to say. Aaron Rodgers at 41 years old is doing all that. Love to see it. I hope he can continue it, but I don't think he's going to be able to continue against Detroit. Like Sean was saying, Detroit's just a lot more desperate than what the Steelers are. Like obviously the Steelers want to win, right? Aaron Rodgers wants to beat the Lions just to say that he can beat the Lions. But the Lions are riding so much of a thinner line than what the Steelers are. So they're in desperation mode. And I think, unfortunately, Rodgers' tear might come to an end here, or it's going to be really close and a really fucking good game. Either way, I think it's kind of a must-watch game this week to just see if Aaron Rodgers can put them away this year.
All right, next one we got the Raiders heading to Houston. This is the largest spread of the week. Texans are favored by 14.5. I don't know if the Raiders score any points against the Texans this week, but I'm still going to take the Raiders. 2 touchdowns in the NFL. I mean, you got to believe the Raiders can do something at some point. I don't expect them to be anywhere close, but I mean, 10 points. Can you lose by 10 maybe, Las Vegas? 14.5 is just way too much for me, so I'm going to take the Raiders.
I was looking at my notes earlier for this one, and all it said was, I'm taking the Raiders. I hate it. I reserve my right to change this pick at any point during the podcast. I don't like it, but yeah, like Brogan said, largest spread, and sure, Houston has a great run defense, sure, but the Raiders don't run the ball with GT anymore, and it's sickening. So I think that aspect of it'll be fine, and maybe it'll be a 12-0 game, and Kai Fairbairn hits 4 field goals. It'll be glorious. Give me the Raiders here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the Texans here. I just feel like the Texans are, better equipped to literally do anything. And like the Raiders are just dog shit. We've been known this. Like everybody knows the Raiders are just ass this year. Unfortunate for the Raiders. I really was hoping Gene T was gonna do some things, do some magic. But the Texans' defense is just too good that I can't ignore it. So I'm going to go with the Texans here. 14.5 is a fucking lot. But I just don't believe that the fucking Raiders can put up that many points, genuinely. Like, it's kind of sad to say, but I don't know. I just don't believe in the Raiders, man.
Well, I'm going to blow up the pod here because I have other commitments I unfortunately have to head to. But in the last 2 games Sunday night, I'm going to take Patriots +3 and San Francisco -6.5 on the road. You guys can cover those after I leave if you want. Quickly, my locks for this week, totally out of order. I'm sorry I'm blowing this podcast up. It's totally my fault. On Thursday night, Rashid Shaheed over 37.5 receiving yards. I know it's going to be rainy. JSN is also there, but Shaheed's hit this, I think, in like 2 out of his last 3 or whatever. He's a big play threat. This could be one catch for him. Next one, little college football parlay. Montana State FCS money line parlayed with Texas A&M money line. Both games on Saturday. Those 2 money line parlayed together is +154. Love both those teams to win this week. Next one, Trey McBride anytime touchdown +105. He's been the tight end 1 this year by a large margin. Kyle Pitts went off last week. McBride's going off this week against the Falcons. And I got 2 more spreads to wrap it up. Buccaneers -3. I just don't believe in the Panthers. And then Chicago -1.5. Pains me to lock it, but honestly, I don't see how the Packers go in after what happened to them. Go on the road in Chicago and get a win this week. And for the parlay of the week, I'm going to throw in Broncos -3. All right. Good luck, boys. I believe in you. Goodbye.
Bye, Brogan.
Okay. Well, I guess
Concise,
hello, folks.
bro.
I'm your interim host, John.
Whoa. Who decided that? Who decided that? Huh?
I mean, you're correct. But do we really want to argue, or do we want to get the rest of these spreads?
I think we want to argue. Nah, you can go ahead.
We can say that for when Jason comes. Hear that? You're coming, dude. We will argue in your presence. You will be uncomfortable. Anyway.
All right.
What the hell? What game? What game did he leave? All right,
He
Las Vegas,
New
Houston.
England,
All right, so we
Baltimore.
are on New England. All right, yeah, we got New England heading to Baltimore. Sunday night game. The Baltimore Ravens are 3-point favorites. I will go with the contrarian here and be Patriots +3. I think Ravens. This is the trappiest game of the week in my opinion. So, I like the Patriots here in a bounce back spot.
Yeah, so I would typically go with the Pats here, but once again, I'm living and dying by my model, and my model's pretty confident that Baltimore is going to be able to do this. So I'm going to go with Baltimore here and hope that my model isn't lying to me. So next week, we got San Fran and
Ooh, a tag team effort. I
Indianapolis.
like it.
Yeah, dude.
Getting a beer. You knew me so well.
Dude. I'm just going to go with Indy. I think Old Man Rivers is going to be able to keep this kind of close. The Niners are banged up once again, like every other year. They're banged up. And I think he's going to be. I think Old Man Rivers is going to be able to keep it close. The Indianapolis Colts show that they can compete kind of with Rivers at QB, and I think it's going to continue. 6.5 is just that sweet spot where you're like, Rivers could probably do that. So give me Indy here.
All right. Well, one thing that Nick did not or failed to mention was that this game is on Monday night, which Phillip Rivers will be needing all that. Oh God, what the hell is it? Icy hot. After beating last week.
Hey, don't talk shit about
mean,
Icy Hot. I use Icy Hot too.
dude,
Fuck you.
I use Icy Hot. Doesn't
Okay.
mean that it's great. Anyway, like I don't know. Did you watch that game at all?
I did. Wait, are you talking about the indie game? To be specific here?
Yeah. Excuse me. Yes, the Indy Seattle game.
Yeah. No, I watched.
There were moments again.
I didn't get to watch the entire. I had it in. Was that a noon game or was that a 3 o'clock game? I can't fucking remember.
That was a 3 o'clock because that was right next to the Packer one.
Okay. Yeah, I was mostly watching the Packers game, but I did have it up, so I kind of glanced over at it.
There was a sad state of affairs where feel like I don't know, an edge rusher was just collapsing the pocket, and he like stepped back, moved forward a little bit, and then just like lunged instead of getting taken down. It wasn't. I get it. He's like 44, 45. He's Brett Favre minus the painkillers. He's a daggum cowboy slinging it. I completely understand. I respect the shit out of him for it. And I did love to see his little his high school football team that he coached just having a great time at like a Mexican restaurant, just chilling,
I didn't even
just
get to
going
see
crazy.
that. That's pretty dope.
Oh yeah,
That's pretty cool.
they had his. I saw a bunch of clips on X about it, where his team was just when he threw that touchdown, they were just going crazy.
As you should,
Which, I mean,
dude.
Understandably so. 4 or 5 years out of the league, and come back and throw a touchdown and a pick, and does update the stats a little bit. Didn't play great. I mean, given the scenario, but Anthony Richardson, he's healthy, or Phillip Rivers if they decide to change mind and go with AR.
There's no way. There's no fucking way.
It doesn't matter. Give me the 49ers to get the job done here.
At some point, you got to acknowledge that the public loves Phillip Rivers so much just for him being an old guy.
Oh.
You know, like that you're almost like strong armed into starting Phil, just because he just has so much. He has so much positive PR behind him. It's ridiculous.
I mean, I love Phillip Rivers. The story behind that is phenomenal. I mean, you used to be like a faux Charger fan, kind of.
Mm-hmm. He was
but you're not a hologram or an AI, so
they were my AFC
you
team,
clearly,
baby.
Yeah, at one point in time. I mean, I get it. I completely get it. All right. So, moving on to the next section. Again, I got Niners. Nick's got Indy. Brogan's got Niners. Moving on to the next section, though, which we had a hot, between the three of our collective picks, we had a hot 1 and 2 dogs. Which, whatever. That's all right. You win some, you lose some. Where I had Orlando Moneyline versus the New York Knickerbockers at +150 on Saturday night for the NBA Emirates Cup, I believe they're calling it, and I'm not going to say anything else besides that. So, yeah, that one didn't hit, and the New York Knickerbockers ended up beating the San Antonio Spurs last night. So, congrats to them. Nick, you had Seattle defensive
Yeah,
special team anytime touchdown
to
last
hedge
week.
on that Phil
That one
Rivers,
did not.
bro. I had to hedge on Phil a
Yeah,
little
I,
bit.
I mean, I get it. I completely understand. And that one did not hit. But if they would have hit, then Seattle would have been closer to covering the spread for me. But they weren't. And then Brogan did have a Chicago-Cleveland first drive punt at plus 220. So hope. Fuck you guys. Nobody listens to this shit. I was gonna say, hope you all listen to that one and tailed. We got nobody. We got one guy defending us on Twitter. Or X, sorry. And yeah,
Thanks, bro.
ain't nobody listening to this shit. Ain't nobody listening to this shit.
Hey,
Our
man, I
fucking
got us like
producer doesn't even listen to this
13K
shit.
impressions this week.
Yeah, impressions. That is crazy. We did get a couple new what are they? Followers. So we're getting there.
Make sure you
we're
guys
trending in the
follow,
right direction.
for whatever degenerates made it this far, make sure you guys follow our other socials. Like our Twitter account, or X account, which is mostly me shooting tweets off into the void of Bears fans' Twitters. B underscore A.
You're in a foxhole right now.
It's the Bets and Regrets podcast. B underscore A underscore R underscore podcast. And there's our Twitter. Follow it if you would like. And you will see probably unhinged tweets from all of us, probably mostly me, talk about how great the Packers
just
are.
raging, just crashing out about the Giants every once in a while, as they should. It's a fucking talented team. But yeah, mostly Nick defending
Or attacking.
Packers. Or yeah, usually attacking.
Yeah, usually I'm attacking.
Anyway,
I just see
I don't
so
think
much hate
Brogan
toward.
has anything here.
He doesn't. I don't.
So-
I think he's going nil this week on that.
Yeah, I think he'll be disappointed he doesn't have anything. I'm not gonna call him in. He is leaving because he didn't need to get a haircut. Viewers, I know, shame. But I get it. Probably got some long hair at this point in the year. Well, looking nice before you get the in-laws and hit the folks' place for Christmas or whatever we celebrate around here. But anyway, we've been rambling long enough. My dog pick this week, and looking again, yep, only one that I got. Well, yeah, only one that I got is Kennesaw State money line against Western Michigan in the Myrtle Beach Bowl on Friday at 10 a.m. If you like to wake up early with a cup of coffee, pour a little Kahlua in there or some shit. And mostly it's my lack of respect. I do like Western Michigan. They're going against Western Michigan, but Kennesaw State coming out of the they were one of my dynasty teams on NCAA 25, so I should know what conference they're in. I want to say the American Conference, but I don't think that's right. Is it the A10?
I don't fucking know, bro. You're talking literally to the most.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. I don't expect you to know. I think it may be the A10. That sounds right. Athletic Conference, yeah. USA, Conference USA. That makes more sense. So yeah, they're in Conference USA going against Western Michigan, which is a MAC team, and MAC teams typically are only good against other MAC teams. So take that for what you will, and give me Kennesaw State on the money line at plus 145 to start your weekend off right.
Yeah, so for me, my dog is going to be Jordan Love 3+ passing touchdowns at plus 324. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable. He's like Thanos. All right, Toyotathon Jordan Love doesn't go down as easily as he did last week, okay? He's going to come back with a vengeance. He's going to show the league why the Packers were Super Bowl favorites. Jordan Love is easily a top 3 quarterback this year, and I think he's going to show off and, throw for 3 tuds. So, plus 324 for Jordan Love, 3 touchdown passes. Kind of nasty.
Absolutely love it. You got
Nope, that's
any
it.
other nuts ones?
Nope.
All right. Well, we're going to be moving on to the next section that we call locks, our weekly locks for that matter. And like Brogan already talked about, he hit his locks with Rashid Shaheed over 37.5 receiving yards, Montana State FCS school, and Texas A&M money line, uh, just plus 154 on the parlay, which Montana State respected, pretty solid. Trey McBride anytime tut at plus 150 or 105. Tampa Bay money line -3 at Carolina. Chicago -1.5. I think that's probably an emotional hedge. I think you'd be happy to do a shot for that one. And then Denver -3 in our parlay of the week. Myself, particularly, I'm gonna do just some last minute digging, see if DK did change any of the numbers on this one. But as of this moment, I have Kyron Williams. We'll hit you with some Thursday night action right away. Oh, this fucking stinks to high heaven. Keeps going down on me. All right. Anyway, we're gonna hit you with a little Kyron Williams prop with the over 13.5 rushes, subject to change. 13.5 rushing attempts, over under. Yep, still there at -114. So, again, in Seattle, Thursday night. I think it's gonna be a fucking rough time there. The weather's not going to be ideal. I don't know how great of passing opportunities people are going to have. I think it's just going to be a grind it out, just run the rock kind of game. And I think Kyron Williams, he's been right around that, anywhere from 11 to 13, maybe 14 rushing. But if this game goes to overtime, which damn near did, and any of these NFC West shootouts are good to go to overtime at any point in the year. I think they had a Rams Niners OT in either in October or early November, a couple months ago. It's always entertaining to watch. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be just a fucking grinder of a game. So give me Kyron Williams over 13.5 rushing yards. Next one, I got Rams Seattle alted over at a 46.5. Or I'm sorry, alt under. Jesus Christ, Rams Seattle under 46.5. This one, let's see here. The current live odds, I had it checked earlier today. It was 43.5. So I hate that people are live just betting it at the moment. We're gonna go. What can we get? What do we do? Yeah, yeah. Well, that's no fun. That's no bueno. We're gonna go. We're gonna change it live. Fuck it. We'll do it live, and it's gonna be 43.5 at under the alt at 43.5 or minus 138. Get in on this now because more than likely it's not going to be that way. So Rams Seattle under 43.5, which is a point over the actual one that it's at 42.5. So you get you lose a little bit of value there, but that's fine. Next one. Oklahoma plus 1.5 on Friday night, 7 o'clock. Oklahoma is hosting Alabama for the college football playoffs. Now, this is going to be a banger. Not only should it be a banger, but it is the closest spread of the entire college football playoffs opening round. They played earlier, and I probably should have done a little bit more research, but at the end of the day, Oklahoma has a better defense than Alabama. Alabama hung their hat the majority of the season, or at least I was told that, they can run the ball. They're pretty good. They're pretty good at stopping the run. Ain't that great. They arguably shouldn't have been. There could have been a case made that they didn't even belong in the college football playoffs. Oklahoma came into Tuscaloosa and beat Alabama straight up 23-21 on November 15th. I think that Oklahoma gets it done. I don't think this team got worse. I think that they're improving and they got better, and they're going to show it on Friday. So give me Oklahoma. Oh, it has now since changed to Oklahoma -1.5. Still at -102. Whatever. This is volatile as hell. Give me Oklahoma -1.5. Change that right quick. Next one is a personal favorite of mine. I've been riding this team all year. Sure, I've been bitten in the ass by them multiple times this year, but that don't matter. We're having fun. Give me give me Texas A&M at home in College Station at 11 a.m. on Saturday against the U in Miami and Carson Beck. A alt spread of -2.5 at -148. So I'm getting it right under the number here. And that's going to be wonderful. I do love this Texas A&M team, so hopefully they get it done because they're going to be a tough out in the college football playoffs. Next one is going to be, again, just a system play here. It's over 1.5 field goals by Kai Fairbairn. Let's go. I heard somebody call him the apostrophe gang if you're riding those bets on gambling Twitter or gambling X. So all you apostrophe gang maniacs out there, let's get it. Let's have a fun time this weekend. 2 field goals. That's all we need, Kai. Let's get it. Nick, you're up.
All right. I'm going to ride Jordan Love 2+ passing touchdowns. It's just inevitable. It's just going to happen. It's Toyotathon, baby. Bears defense is good. It's not great like the Broncos is. Sean kind of alluded to this earlier. I'm surprised he didn't double down on this. Caleb Williams over on his rushing yards. We don't have the exact numbers out just yet because it's Wednesday, December 17th, 2025. So we don't have Caleb's rushing numbers out just yet. But I can easily see him hitting his over without Micah Parsons. It's just inevitable. Then the Josh Allen anytime at -140. I don't know. They're playing the Browns. He's going to scamper. He's going to find some way to score a touchdown. That's just how it's going to be. Then I have Cameron Ward passing for over 170 yards against the Chiefs. Without Patrick Mahomes being in, it's going to be a more competitive game. And I think Cam Ward's going to go out there and kind of show people why he was the number 1 overall pick. And hopefully they can eke out a win here. I'm actually a little bit optimistic on the Titans being able to win this game. And then we're going to go with the Bengals spread. Sean went with the Bengals spread for the parlay of the week. I agree with him. So I'm also going to be betting on the Bengals.
It, dude.
Oh, you didn't already? Oh, fuck. My bad.
God damn it.
Nah, my bad. So Sean's going Bengals spread for the parlay of the week. And then for my parlay of the week pick, I'm going the Saints spread. So we're actually, all three of us are going spread picks. So Sean's going Bengals -3.5. I'm going Saints -4.5. And Brogan's going Denver -3.5. Did we, hold up. Let me fucking punch those in here and see what we got.
Punch, man. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Wait. Is it? Okay, it is 3.5. Okay. I was like, wait, what the fuck? So the numbers all come out to be plus 596 is what it comes out to be. So that's essentially 6-1. And all those games, I feel pretty confident in each and every last one of them. There's not one of those games where I'm like, all those games I feel like we're all pretty confident in. So 6-1 odds. I mean, you're 6xing your money. Put down $600 and you'll come out with what, $3,600. So banger, absolute banger. Not financial advice, but banger.
Yeah. I mean, I hear no lies there. I think it was just fighting Excel, just not quite understanding how that works. So all the ins and outs. When again, the cat's away, the mice will play. As Nick and I actually, I'd say we're pretty tame since Brogan's departure.
Yeah, I just feel like we've done a pretty good job at not going off the rails.
Could be a hell of a lot worse, but it did tee it up for us with only a handful of games left. So fair enough.
Yeah, if we had the entire podcast to talk, we would be somewhere that we shouldn't be. You know?
We go down some holes. Nobody'd like it. We'd like it, obviously, but
It would be a fun time. It would be a fun podcast. It would be a fun podcast, you know?
it'd be a great time. But yeah, as Nick alluded to earlier, the Bengals -3.5 spread. It's more of my lack of trust in Quinn Ewers, and I think Joe Burrow, he'll still be playing for something. So that should be fun. But yeah, Bengals -3.5, Saints -4.5, Broncos -3. I will be putting that one in a parlay. A little spread parlay. That's fun. I'll be talking to my AI, having him cook up some shit this weekend. We're gonna make some money. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, dude. It's money-making weekend this weekend, all right? You know, you got to pay off for all those Christmas gifts.
Yeah, shit is expensive. Santa ain't cheap. Those elves cost money too.
They really do.
But yeah, before Nick closes out, we'll say rate, review, subscribe. You've probably lost us at this point in this episode. We're just hanging out, so
It's a good time.
Christmas merch not coming. But merch in 2026 will be coming.
Dude, I'm excited. You know, if we get
Put
like
it in the store. Let's go.
10 consistent viewers, dude, watch out for that merch.
3 of them are us.
The other 3 are significant others. So, you know.
Yeah, it's just going to be us advertising and our significant others wearing them.
Well, yeah, you know, thank you guys for listening. You know, like Sean said, rate, review, subscribe. Next week, we're going to have on a surprise guest, a.k.a. one of our good buddies, Jason, who knows nothing about ball. I think we should come up with a punishment if Jason can pick games better than any of us. I think we should...
He will be... I told him to find his best coin and flip it. So...
Yeah. I think if Jason is able to pick games better than any of us, we should figure out some sort of punishment for whoever Jason picks better than.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, and more than likely he's going to go better than I. He's probably going to go 10-6 or 14-2, and we're all going to have to do something. So.
Dude, it would be wild if Jason won like 14. I would fuck it. Oh my god, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I literally told him to flip a coin, so it's going to be fun.
Oh yeah, guys. Thank you once again, and have a great fucking betting weekend.
Merry Christmas.
Fuck!
Actually, that's next week. Shit.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck? All right. Bye.
Whoops. See ya.